Okay, everyone. So last night, everybody had a rather spooky dream. Some people remember it, some people don't. Some of them started nice, maybe a little anxious or stressful. Some of them were power fantasies, but inevitably, all of them, through a series of strange events, all ended up in Casimir, aflame, helping Albus fend off these nightmarish creatures, essentially. Not everyone recalls the stream. Some of you have quickly wiped it away from your memory, from sleep. If I recall, that was Steve and Kestrel and Wolf. Don't remember it. It's gone. Something happened, man. I had a weird dream. But the rest of you have much more vivid memories of what happened, especially you, Sharp, as you are not one to dream normally anyway. The entire experience is both novel and a bit frightening, because in a weird way, we all enjoy our sleep, but to someone who has not had to sleep for many years, you have to imagine, to some degree, it feels like you're losing your autonomy and being shoved into a weird little hallucination against your own will, because that's kind of what a dream is. So you remember it rather vividly, the whole experience, and because of that, when you find yourself awakening, again, a novel sensation to awaken, as you have not slept in a great long time. It's just before dawn, and you are in the room with Kestrel. Kestrel's, I assume, stirring in her own sleep, rather fitfully.
I was sitting up, I think, in bed last time, just kind of keeping to myself and looking maybe a little bit disturbed by the initial dream that I had, but I don't remember the other one.
Okay, so you are awake.
I am awake.
So yeah, you have awoken. You're in the room. Kestrel is there. We'll get to everybody else as well as everybody slowly comes awake. I assume.
I have a clarifying question, Jason. Kind of
Yes.
for all of us, but for this scene too. Are we awakening with a start, or because we resolved the dream, is it kind of just like a normal rousing?
Frankly, I will leave it up to you guys on how your character awakens, because in some ways it is from like a I don't want to say a mechanical standpoint. Your dream was sort of hijacked into another dream, so to a certain degree, you're awakening from your dream, but a part of the time that you spent in your dream was also in somebody else's dream. So how you awaken from your own dream might be how that happens, or maybe what you recall from Albus's dream like shunts you out. Really depends on your own psyche and how you feel that your character would react to it. I am passing it to Sharp first, because Sharp, this is the most alien experience for her out of all of you. So that is my thinking as far as that's concerned. But yeah. Well, I'll let you guys all kind of decide. So Kestrel was already sort of awakened from the memories, the residual trauma from the dream, the first dream that she had of her in the facility prior to being kind of shunted over into Casimir. But yeah, Sharp, as far as you're concerned, the entire experience is not right. You should not be dreaming, and you were. You should not be asleep, but you were, and you're like, okay. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I see that Kestrel's awake, and knowing that at least we've had that connection of like her bringing in certain like human pieces back to me, like I kind of like in probably a very like probably scared, like just confused tone of like, hey, I think I just had like a dream. And it was very strange, but did you like I guess I'll ask her like if she had a similar nightmare or like if she's okay too, because she also is frantically awake.
Yeah. So yeah, Kestrel will sort of perk up a little bit, but not like perking up in the way that you perk up when you're interested in something. More like they're jolted out of their thoughts, and she'll look to Sharp and she'll say, "You had a dream too." Yeah, I did dream, but that's what was your dream about?
Yeah, it and then I described like uh the first part where it was like pretty much just reliving when I met Leopold, but with that like undertone of anxiety and like weirdness, that then just immediately led into the nightmare with everybody and the dinner and all of that stuff, and just suddenly coming back to like reality and not really knowing what the heck was going on.
Yeah, and Kestra will sort of like her eyebrows were kind of like dropped down, like she's like, "Oh, everyone was there." Well, I mean that's I had a dream too. But yeah, I didn't have that one. But you don't, do you seem upset. Do you normally dream?
No. So I don't sleep. I haven't slept in, you know, years. And that would be including dreaming. So, and just no, I haven't had that, and it was extremely unnerving.
Yeah. And Kestrel's eyes will sort of widen a bit, like, oh, she doesn't say oh. And she'll say,
Yeah.
but she'll sort of like shake off the residual like I'm distressed about my own issue, I'm gonna go deal with this person's problem, and she'll lean over and she'll say, oh, because you're one of those because you're not alive, right? um that's really strange, isn't it? And I don't know what Kestrel's trying to accomplish here necessarily, but I think she'll just kind of reach out her hand to sort of like grasp for Sharps to sort of feel through the connection, like maybe try to understand what's going on in Sharp's head, because she's a little confused by this. She doesn't really understand how anchorites work. She just knows that Sharp is sort of distressed by this and is trying to understand what's going on. So she'll sort of reach out her hand for Sharps, and she's like, do you mind?
Yeah, and Sharp would reciprocate and, try to connect again to just gather more information.
Sure, you put your hand in mine or whatever. And I don't know, I guess I'm just trying to search for feelings, see what I can kind of grasp through like the bond, maybe try to understand like her dream, how she feels about it, like maybe try to grasp through the spirit realm, or like the spirit lands, like maybe inklings of whatever she experienced. Is that something I can do, Jason?
Ooh, using like, do you mean like using like your like the grove and trying to
the grove, our blood bond, sort of try to see through her spirit lands or our connection, like perceive maybe parts of what she experienced, or or like her feelings or something like that.
You could definitely garner feelings. That's a thing that you.
Well,
can
I
do.
know that. Yeah, I'm trying to see what else I can pull out of
You're
this.
trying to see if you can cheat the system and remember what you can't remember.
I'm not trying to remember what I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what she remembers. I'm trying to see what she perceived, not what I perceived.
I will tell you what. If you ask Sharp, if you do like a this is like I don't know how you. This is like you're trying to read somebody's mind, but you can only get like the surface thoughts and emotions. So you're trying to guide them through the exercise so that you can piece off the things that you're looking for. You know, like you're doing like an interview or an interrogation. So if Sharp is willing to go along with like answering your questions and she's not resistant to any of them, I will let you guys sort of make like a group check here to try to see if you can succeed at piecing off like images or brief memories,
like a
and not
like
just
a ritual, or
kind of, yeah, in a way this is kind of a ritual between the two of you.
Okay. Do I gotta spend the whole fucking 40 mana to do it, or?
I will say you don't need to spend the 40
Thanks,
minutes.
appreciate it. So sure, yeah, I take Sharp's hand, the like, I don't know, the metal fingertips, the gloved hand, whatever, and I hold it, close my eyes, and I ask, I'm going to try to figure out what you saw, because I didn't have this dream, but could you think about what you saw? Could you recount to me, maybe in your head, like what you experienced? Just tell me what you remember. Think about it, feel it.
And that's so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So you can obviously decide how much you want to actually help with this, Maisie. As far as like, if you think that you're resistant to it at all, you can just outright refuse to roll. Essentially, I'm basically going to have Kestrel make a check, and then I'm going to have you make a roll to see if you can add to Kestrel's check. Essentially, so
It'd be so funny.
Okay.
You made Kestrel use all MP.
That'd be so fucked up.
Yeah, 40 MP, and then Sharp's like, actually, I don't want you to know, and then.
Why are we going through this exercise? You don't want me to know,
did you
bro.
fucking bother me?
Did you bother me? I was lost in thought.
No, I think Sharp would be very into like super helping, like especially just given everything between Kestrel and her, and just really wanting to know like what the heck's happening. So Sharp would be totally all in. So yeah, what can I roll?
Let's do for you. Let's just do insight willpower. That'll probably be for both of you.
Okay.
But we'll have Sharp go
Okay.
first.
Okay.
And
ooh, no, bad.
Five.
That's a 4 and a 1.
yes,
4
we are-
D8 1.
You need levels.
Good start to the
don't-
campaign.
I don't know if I have any. I don't have any
You
fabula
do.
points.
You will.
Always,
It's a
always
new
start
session.
with at least one.
I
yeah.
always start with one. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay. So then I'll re-roll that D10, right? Because that's what I got the 1 on.
That works.
You could
you
re-roll
can
them
re-roll
both.
Oh.
You're at about average on the D8, so
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the D4. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Much better. 10.
okay.
That's better. Okay.
That is what you needed, so that was good enough.
Oh, thank
It's a success. And then I'm going to roll now, yes?
Yes, you are,
Alright.
and you will get a +1 to this.
Cool.
Yay.
It's half decent. I could re-roll the D10, because that's a
Could.
D8 on the D8. That's an 8 on the D8. Is it
Is it worth
is it
it?
worth it? Is the question.
Or you could add 1 and it's already a +1 to make it a 13, which is the next threshold.
Great.
You
I'm
have
going to
a-
use
you have
my
a-
bond with Sharp to add
There.
a +1 to this roll.
Yeah.
Cute.
For reasons. Because you know what? We've bonded, okay?
Yay! You
I'm
That's
feeling
been-
rather loyal to Sharp right now.
So you're spending a Fabula point to add
I
a
am.
+1. Okay.
So that's 13, bro.
13. So walk me through the kinds of questions that you're going through with Sharp here. How are you guiding? What's the path, the mental pathway you're leading? And so I can tell you what it is that you see.
Sure. I mean, I ask, like, could you describe to me, feel what you felt at the beginning when you first started to go to sleep? And then, as she's describing that to me, I'm like, what did it feel like when you were taken away? When you moved to this other part of the dream? Because I assume she will describe to me, like, how the dream shifted and changed. Like, what was it that pulled you there, How did your dream start? Were you daydreaming or did you suddenly fall asleep? And then, what did it feel like when you're whisked away? And then I'll probably ask, like, what did you see when you first were there? Were you afraid? Who did you see? And, what was I'm mostly focused on feelings, sensations, and I'm also asking about who was there and facts and stuff. But I understand that my own magic/spiritual connection is more akin to an empathic one, and so I'm trying to thread my understanding of what's happening through the emotional response in that moment, right? How did you feel when you saw Albus? What did this creature evoke in you? XYZ. And then I'm trying to guide that, visual experience through the empathic one.
Okay. Well, Sharp, you can offer any particulars that you think maybe I'm gonna miss here, but I would say
No. Immediately, you're gonna get more than I could ever offer.
That as Sharp is describing some of these things, there is an emotional texture to them now, as far as as she describes that feeling of being pulled into something. There's a unease to it because it's not something. I wouldn't even say an outright fear, but an unease. It's a sensation that hasn't been felt in a while, and that's you catch some of that emotion. You catch the anxiety as she's sort of describing the beginning of the dream and seeing Leopold there, but you catch hints of comfort, familiarity. If this was a flavor, if you will, it's sort of like a bitter coffee with these bittersweet notes to it, where it's kind of getting your heart raced, you're a little anxious, but at the same time there's a bit of a nostalgia or a comfort to it in Leopold and these times past, and they are fond memories that seem to be colored by more recent events. And then you feel this alien sensation, this feeling that to some degree your own mind recognizes, because it gives you a sense of deja vu. You know that you've felt this before yourself, although that memory seems to has left your head, of being removed from your dream into something else. There's that feeling of noise, of camaraderie, of a calling to a gathering, and that pull is what removed you from where you were into someplace else. And that someplace else is where the feelings and emotions within Sharp, within your mind space, get really noisy. But emotionally, there's a lot of feeling there. And it's really hard to sift through any particulars. There are feelings about each of the people in your group. And I feel like you didn't quite roll strong enough to remember the details that deep into the dream especially for everybody. But you, because it's you do get the feeling, this memory, it's like looking upon yourself and seeing a younger face, which brings to mind in your own head that time period in your past, the thing that your dream was about, your memory. So you recognize that some amount of your dream, your memory, what happened as you remember yourself. I just had a dream about that. And now it's like Sharp saw that as well. And that gives you a little bit of dread. That's a little weird. That's not quite normal. But you also, as far as
she shouldn't have, I'm sorry, I'm interrupt you, but she wouldn't have known what I looked like as a child, but I'm getting the sense that she saw that same version of me.
Yes. And to say that like you remember a particular memory, a picture would be incorrect. It is more like that you carried, there's the same kind of anxiety, the same kind of worry, that same wide-eyed, young uncertainty, all of those memories that sort of distill into this mental image of this young you. That is, you can recognize. If that emotional image was a fingerprint, it's the same fingerprint that you felt in your own dream, essentially. And that's where you're drawing that connection. You also, as far as things that you recognize, and I will say that you don't need a higher check for, you also recognized the feeling of being watched that often comes with the presence of curiosity getting closer to places it shouldn't. That was present as well in this place, and even lingers in the memories and the feeling of Sharp as she retells this. So, other than that, it's hard to piece together any real strong emotions. I'm sure Sharp has her own feelings about Steve and how she saw Steve and Albus and Gunnulf and Rosalind and all them, but I don't know that you are familiar enough with them and can grasp that enough with this check to pull those out. So
sure. Yeah. So as I grasp all of this, I sort of pull my hands away as if burned, you know. There's a, like, I am distressed and maybe disturbed by the sensations that I pick up, especially in the later half of this memory, as she's walking me through it. And I sort of, my mouth works for a second, trying to come up with a question that I want to ask, or what I even want to say, but eventually I land on, what did I look like in your dream?
And she would relay, like, because she was a younger version of herself, right? So yeah, she would kind of describe like that you look just a younger version of yourself and those kinds of details.
And I guess one of the other details was she was wearing the prison uniform, very similar to when you guys first met Kestrel, essentially.
I was shackled also, and I think I couldn't take them off.
Yeah. So those, as far as details, she was younger and definitely looked like she'd been imprisoned.
And this information definitely disturbs me because it's like a verbal confirmation for something that I felt, but, you know, there's no concreteness in necessarily this feeling of deja vu until I sort of have it solidified in the reflection of another person's recollection being told back to me. And I say, I dreamed too, but I didn't have the same dream as you, and I think I was there. Not me that I am now, not that I gestured down at myself in this sort of broad stroke, you know, because I'm in Keslavian clothes, I'm older, and maybe sometimes even a bit more extroverted than I was, but I was scared in that dream. And I say, I'm not the me that I am now, but the one that I was. I dreamed that I was It was a memory. In the facility, I don't think what happened to you was normal, Sharp. I think you know that, but there's something else at play, and I'm sort of stumbling through my thoughts a little bit, but eventually, as it always does, I land back on that watchful feeling of curiosity lingering at the edge, of her recollection of the dream. And even in the back of my own mind, something I always sort of think about, and I say, I think curiosity has something to do with it. I could feel it in your memory, in your dream. It's very familiar to me, and I recognize it. But I don't remember it. And I kind of look up, because I think we're in the sort of the girls' room, quote unquote, and I look over to Roslyn. And Roslyn, what's going on with you right now?
I had her as more of the slowly stirring type. Since the dream worked out and the prospect of chasing after Neravine is nothing new, there are things that she's going to have maybe some questions about, especially when she finds out eventually that everybody had the same dream. But at this particular moment, and this particular morning, this is kind of status quo for her. So if you want to shake her awake, you certainly could, but she has not stirred yet.
Okay, she's not awake yet. I don't know how much of an asshole I'm feeling right now.
There's a lot going on.
Oswald!
Yeah,
While me and Sharp have been having this conversation, has anybody else stirred awake and have been having their own conversations in the boys' dorm?
Ooh.
It's true. We can kick it over to the boys' dorm here with Steve, Albus, and Gunnolf. Which one of you guys wakes up first? I guess who pictures their.
I would almost like to not wake up yet, so one of you guys can talk.
What's the sleeping situation in the boys' room? How are we?
One bed.
Yeah, one big bed, or
one twin-sized bed.
Steve is the big spoon.
Steve is big spoon.
Is there 3 beds in the room, or is there 2 and one of us is kind of just crashing on the floor?
Sean, you've gone blurry on your camera.
I mean, what else is new?
Only now as he finally jumps in.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like feline version of me could probably be fine on the floor. I'll probably just curl up in a ball and just kind of sleep on the floor. You guys can spoon each other in the bed.
Okay, great.
There'd be 2 beds. There's 2 beds in each room. Okay.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I will get up. But, like, other than, I guess, the violence, so I had basically a lot of dreams about, like, violence and darkness. But that's, like, not great, but I'm a little bit used to that lately, and it's also not as unsettling to me for the time being. So I kind of just get up and go, because I don't have the memory of the other one. So my day is, like, great so far. So I'm up, but, like, I don't know, I might go get some coffee, I might just, like, chill. This is all really difficult. How the pairings worked out is really funny, because I'm making Jason's life really hard right now. But I don't...
Hey, my life's easy. Whatever you guys do is up to you.
So if Gunnolf is still sleeping like he wants to be, I guess...
Yes.
I don't know, does Albus rouse when I'm getting up and, like, getting ready to go out, or is he still asleep too?
I feel like Albus was probably either woke up around the same time that you did, or maybe earlier, and I feel like it was probably in a panic. I'm sure it was probably noisy, so the fact that Gunnolf hasn't woken up means he's a real deep sleeper.
Yeah, I also have a logistical question, Jason, and I think you need to answer. So we were in Albus's dreamscape. So if once he wakes up, all of us that were in the dream, we're either waking up with him or we're now shifting back into another.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Or we've returned to our own. Like, how is this working now?
When his dream comes to an end, you're all sort of just put back into your own dreamscapes, but like your dreamscape isn't necessarily like always occupied.
Right.
Always...
So we can just, some of us can sleep more, not even necessarily be dreaming anymore.
Correct.
We don't all, it's not like Inception where we all wake up at the same.
Correct. This is not Inception rules. There's not like
I get kicked.
yeah, you didn't have like the set. It's not like a whole week went by and Albus's thing. It was only 7 seconds and yours. No. Yeah, if you get pushed down, you don't wake up in one or the other.
Yeah. All right.
No.
So Albus, if you're waking up, then
So I'm waking up and I'm definitely panicked from the dream that I had. There might be claw marks on the ground because of the intensity of it. I'm sure I was probably like...
You probably have a cold sweat.
Yeah, sleep clawing at the floor or something like that. So it was probably pretty noisy in there.
The hairs on like the back of your neck, like in like cat fashion, like your hairs are kind of standing on end a little bit.
My tail's all poofy.
A little bit poofy. There's that level of like something was like hunting you or like coming to get you, and some part of your body sort of remembers that, like I guess you call it like a trauma response. Like
Sure.
it remembers something that you yourself maybe only can piece together through like, man, that dream was really bad, but like your body
Albus
seems
remembers
to be on
though.
edge. He does. So
I do, yeah.
But like even so, I should mention, like, yes, you remember it. But you still remember a dream, a strange dream, a very lively, very animated, very frightening dream. But it was still a dream. This was not like a psychic intrusion. You had a dream, a very strange, animated, very lively dream. But a part of your body recognizes that there was something different about this dream that really put it on edge.
Albus, are you okay? Putting claw marks on the floor.
Albus is still a bit taken back and he's panting heavily. Still kind of in fight or flight mode a little bit. Hasn't really even recognized that you're talking to him.
Albus. Yeah, bad dream? What's going on?
And then he locks eyes with you immediately. Where am I? Where am I?
Room. You're still in the room. We haven't left. Went to sleep here last night. Everything's okay.
Did you see it? Did you see what we were encountered with?
No, it's just a bad dream, buddy. You're fine.
Albus is still kind of looking around the room like he shouldn't be here, like he's kind of questioning reality a little bit. And the hairs on the back of his spine area start to kind of subside, and he starts to kind of ease down a little bit at the presence of Steve. And he's just kind of panting. He goes, okay.
No, it's just a dream.
Something happened last night. Something terrible happened last night.
No, Albus. Look, there's a lot happening. It was just, I would ask you what it was, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. It's just a dream. Forget it.
It felt real. I could feel presence. I could feel anger.
Yeah, I mean, I've had those too. To be honest, I had pleasant dreams as well. But it happens. We're going through a lot. We lost Myru, and things have been very intense, and it's natural. Come on, why don't we get some food?
Did Steve look like the crow person in my dream?
I never look like them.
So in Steve's dream, just to clarify, so in Steve's head, in his version of himself, he looked like the hero. He looked like the memories of himself back in D&D world, level like 30, like epic level. He was killing stuff.
Yeah, I forgot.
When
30,
he was,
20.
that was 4th edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole extra level there. but as everyone else saw you, however, you had a much darker countenance to you. That's why I was jokingly describing you as like the crow.
Okay, I like that. Actually.
The sword that you envisioned as like being your old like flame and everything like that, to them it was almost sort of like oozing shadows to it. Like in their version of it, you had a much darker countenance than your recollection of things. As you saw yourself, you were in your prime, your glory. As they saw you, it was much darker.
I thought I was like Foo Fighters, and they just saw like 30 Seconds to Mars, basically.
That's
cool.
It's definitely
cool.
It's more so Albus. So I guess to answer your question, Peter, you do remember the crow version of Steve.
Okay, he looked a lot darker, a lot more menacing.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The sword that he was wielding was clearly using some kind of dark, shadowy type powers to it.
But to me, from my perspective, it was only my dream, right? Like I didn't think that they were jumping into their dreams from their dreams to my dream.
You remember, if anything, you have the most, I want to say mundane, given everything else I've used to describe this dream.
Okay.
But in the, because it was a very intense dream. However, everyone else had a dream and then sort of felt themselves pulled into another. You never had that. You were only ever in your dream. Your dream just had everybody in it. It was like Dorothy waking up and it's like, and you were there, and you were there, and everybody looks a little different. And it's sort of like that. Kestrel, you were like 12. Like,
Why am I 12?
Okay. So I just I shake myself a little bit just to kind of unravel whatever kind of emotional situation I'm in, and get to my feet. And what did you ask me, Sean? Want to go get food?
Oh, I said let's just go. I don't care about this. I mean, no offense, but I'm like, it's a dream, so who gives a shit?
I don't give a shit about that. Go downstairs and make me food.
Let's go get food together is what I asked you. Let's grab breakfast.
Albus is gonna kind of stumble to his feet a little bit, still a little bit delirious and a little lethargic, but stumbles to his feet and kind of goes, okay. Let's go get some food. That'll help.
You'll feel so much better. We'll get. You know what? I'll make you breakfast. How about that for a change?
Oh, I would greatly appreciate that.
All right. Brush off the old Steve breakfast tradition.
And then I want to look over at Gunolf, who's sound asleep in his bed, and just be like, should we wake him and bring him with us?
No. I think with the hand, and I think if he's sleeping, he needs it.
Okay.
He's good.
That's understandable.
I'll make him extra, and breakfast will be waiting.
Oh, breakfast in bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly,
you're such a kind friend.
I'm not gonna bring it to him when he comes out, though. Yeah. All right, so I guess Steve and Albus go to make
We're gonna go get breakfast.
Famous classic breakfast.
Time for some brekkie.
World famous.
Mm-hmm.
Are you invading the tavern kitchen to make this breakfast?
I was going to say. So
you're
why not? That's what we do all the time.
Okay.
Is this the same tavern I've helped out at, or is this different?
No, this is a different
This is a different one. Okay.
This is a different one. Yeah.
Okay.
You can ask politely.
Well,
what?
I feel like every tavern we've been in, we've
just kind of gone to the back and like, make something ourselves.
Whatever.
Used to it.
Who's gonna stop a 7-foot
So,
tiger man?
You go downstairs, okay, and you there is somebody downstairs manning the bar, which is located in front of the kitchen. The kitchen's kind of around the back behind the bar, and it's Penn, the horse folk, running behind it. And he's like, "Oh, welcome! Good to see you all here. Did you sleep well?"
I think we slept pretty well. It's kind of like my buddy here had a nightmare. So if it's okay with you, I promise I'd make a mean killer breakfast. Would it be okay if I had access to your kitchen?
Oh,
Hook them something up?
Usually we only have Lori and myself back there, but What
so
were
we'll
you
hook
thinking
you
of? And he kind of seems to like. He's well. I suppose if you want to, sure. Let me show you around. And he kind of comes over and opens the little flap for the bar to let you around. And then there's a door for the kitchen in the back. And he kind of starts trying to show you, like, well, what are you trying to make? We've got, enough, pancakes and some, I don't know, whatever. He names some
I'm trying to think of the old-timey name for pancakes, like breakfast cakes, or I don't
flapjacks.
know.
They're flapjacks. They're flapjacks.
Is that old in
Riddles.
medieval times? They're like, make me some flapjacks.
It is now. They call them flapjacks.
All right, I want. I make some really good flapjacks. Soft on the inside, nice crispy outside, golden brown. It takes a lot of attention, but if you do it right, immaculate.
Oh, yeah, well, we've got some mix already made. We try to have some every morning, and he kind of shows you they got like a little jar with some stuff. It's already got some flapjack, mix and stuff and everything in
Actually,
it.
if there's any cinnamon, I want to put cinnamon in it too.
He goes, oh, yes, we should have some somewhere. And he starts going through
okay.
the cupboards and whatnot. And so he kind of shows
What
you
about
around. Raisins?
They have
Roll
raisins.
me.
Cinnamon
a
raisin
dice.
pancake.
Raisin check.
Roll me like a D10.
Oh god.
Raisin check.
Really,
Or doing a raisin.
Raisin check.
Where's my fucking? Where did it go?
Why don't you guys
My
do now?
roll 20 just fucking disappeared.
Oh.
Anyways, let me work on that.
All three of my cats are sleeping next to each other in the suitcase. You can't
Kitty
see
pile.
them.
In the
They're right-
suitcase?
Yeah, they're right here.
That's crazy.
Pile.
It's all of them.
Maisie, you're
Okay,
muted.
She's doing the up.
Mouth, but I didn't hear anything.
Right.
I know it's muted. Thank you.
Easy, god damn it.
All right, we'll dub it in
All
post.
right, so
Mhm.
what's what roll for this raisin check?
I need a D10. Just one D10.
Oh.
1d10.
This is like
fuck.
one in 100 shot. Okay.
Can I help?
Can you help with the raisin check?
Slash
That was
space RD10. Now what is it?
It's /R, no space
Slash R.
between.
Slash R. No space.
No, then there's a
space.
space.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
1D10.
D10. I don't need help. I got a 4
4. 4 raisins.
out of 10.
Out of 10.
I got a 4.
Albus, do you want to help him with this check here?
You.
I need a raisin check from you too.
No,
Raisin
no.
check.
He doesn't even know what a fucking raisin is.
Need a D10?
D10. Give me a
He
D10.
finds a hydrated raisin.
Hey!
You do find some raisins. There's not a lot of them
Hey.
left, but they do have some. Looks like they're getting low.
Albus, you're not supposed to. You go wait. I'm making this for you. Don't be in the kitchen. Give me that. I'm gonna make it. You go sit down.
I'm sorry. I am just naturally drawn to the kitchen. I will
I
go
know,
sit
I
down at the
know.
counter.
Yeah, you go. Just rest your little mind, cat mind, and I will make
Just gonna-
you these blackjacks.
Saunter over to the counter there and just kind of plop down on one of the stools.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm making my pancakes.
You're making
The
some
water
pancakes.
and the mix and the cinnamon and the raisin. I pour out the thickness. That's important. I'm gauging the heat of the pan. And it's going great.
Mhm.
We'll figure it
And
out.
done. And it's great.
Now-
It's awesome.
So we're gonna kick it up to Sharp and Kestrel and Rosalind up in the ladies' room.
I was gonna say real quick, but Albus is kind of peeking over the counter a little bit, just kind of peeking into the kitchen just to make sure everything's going okay in there.
Okay. I will make sure then when we get to Steve's check that I'll let you help him out, just in case. So if he were to burn
Oh.
anything, you're on standby.
Not gonna happen.
I'll yell at him.
Yeah.
Stir.
So if we kick it up to the ladies' room, Sharp, Kestrel, you guys are up there, still feeling a little spooked, a little tense. What's
Roz is
Is
stirring.
Rosalind still
She's
sleeping?
stirring.
Oh, she's stirring. She's stirring.
She's stirring. Wonderful. Okay. As she's stirring, I don't want to be that bitch, you know, that goes over and is like, "Hey, come talk about your dreams real quick." She's gonna probably wait and give like Sharp a look, and is like, Sharp. I don't know, Rosalind. Do you like sit up? Do you stretch? What do you do?
Big stretch.
Big stretch. Okay.
She's kind of tucked underneath
And
the covers,
I
though, so
kinda-
all you can see is like up to like here.
Oh, not a lot of anything else besides eyes.
Right.
Okay.
But she'll look over your direction.
All right. And I'm like, "Hey, sorry, Rosalind. Sorry, I might have said Rosalind. I fucking fucked it up. Sorry. Hi. Do you sleep well?
Okay, I guess. About as well as I ever do.
I got a weird question. Did you happen to have a really weird dream? Maybe a bad dream?
I remember something kind of unsettling. Something with my sister, but that's more nights than not. Then I guess I was helping Albus fight something. I mean, it's a dream. It was kind of hazy, but I wouldn't say it was bad.
Is there like people, like a lot of other people like us there, or
Everyone else was there, yes. Why do
Okay.
you ask?
So Sharp had a dream. I don't know if you know this, but like Sharp doesn't dream. So
Right, because she doesn't
and
sleep,
she had that dream.
right?
Yeah, that. Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, and she kind of had that dream too."
Mm-hmm.
So
Why are you talking about
And-
this so strangely? Did you not have the same dream?
well, I don't remember any of this. But it's a little weird because I look like a version of me that Sharp has never seen. So
Okay, so let me see if I'm following here. She, and Roz points at Sharp, had a dream out of nowhere that's the same as what I had, but you don't have any recollection of it. But you were able to
No.
feel what she felt in her dream because of the connection with the blood thing that I'm still not really sold on.
yeah, she gave me her hands, and I tried to search her feelings, memories, the spirit lands, try to piece it together. And I got some hazy images of me looking like me that she's never seen. Oh, and also I think that like curiosity had something to do with it, but it's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. A couple things. One, she has a dream and shouldn't be capable of having dreams. That's concerning.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow that's not the most concerning thing you just told me. What worries me more is you may have had the same dream but don't remember it because curiosity might be meddling with your memories, with your dreams. And you're the one who's supposed to sort of protect us from curiosity, so you can understand why this detail is concerning.
I understand why it's concerning. We're all here. We're all fine though, so that's good.
Now, wait. Okay, first of all, after I ask this question, the next thing we need to do is go check on Albus. If he was the focal point of this, We need to make sure he's okay this morning. But before we do, because I'd rather ask you this without him here first, if he was the star of that dream, and tiger folk have been being turned to insanity by the influence of curiosity, was that an attempt to turn Albus?
Yeah, I definitely I jolt and I'm like, and I'm like, I don't know, but we should probably go check on him, right? And I get up real quick, probably.
So I guess, given this revelation, Rosalind has a nightgown on or something, who cares, is going to then head to the room next door, which unfortunately now only has Gunnolf and is still asleep.
Correct. You open the door and there's a Gunnolf in the bed. Yeah.
He's gone, he's dead! He's gone, Albus is gone.
Oh no!
Gunnolf's passed away in his sleep.
Oh my god. Body snatchers.
Wow.
But I'm sure quickly enough we can piece together that they may have just gone somewhere else. I guess the question is, does us bursting into the room wake up Gunnolf?
I would prefer
you can
not,
answer.
But
Okay, well then,
It's fine.
okay. So Gunnolf
Doesn't
stays
wake
asleep.
up.
However, Rosalind,
Oh,
Sharp,
he's
and
dead.
Kestrel, each of you, I don't know, roll me an insight check. Basically, insight.
Yo, I'm so good at that.
This might be a worthless
I
check,
usually am.
but
About what you'd expect. 8.
7.
Kestrel, can you save us?
Win!
Nope. Okay, that's it.
Some
Everyone
sort
is
of
too
8, 7, 7.
frenzied.
2 friends. So you guys are in a rush. You're like, oh god. Okay. Do you guys check on Gunnolf, or do you just like see him like the rise and fall of him breathing, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess he's just asleep.
He has a pulse.
like-
He's fine.
Shake him awake! Shake him awake!
Oh,
do you shake him awake or?
I don't know. Is that too crazy? Or no? We're in a rush. We're trying to
Would
find
you have-
Albus.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, do you
We're
have a
trying to
reason
find
be
Albus.
so-
There's scratch marks on the ground. Oh my
No, wait,
god!
no.
Sorry,
So
I
you-
know. I
Oh,
didn't
God.
notice it. I'm too
You
frenzied.
didn't notice the scratch marks. That's what I was checking. Yes. So
Okay.
but yeah, then you guys rush downstairs. You're like, oh god, and Albus is just sitting at the bar, just kind of peeking back behind the kitchen. Pen's up there with him, seems to be making some sort of like conversation. You hear Steve in the back just being like, everything's fine. They're not gonna get burned. Don't worry about it. And you
The
know,
smell of the world's best pancakes washes
Oh,
over you.
there's a good smell that some of you might recognize as pancakes.
Yeah, it smells like the
Those of you that
ashes.
can smell and recognize pancakes, which is I think one of you.
yes.
Those you that can smell.
Great. Yeah, I'm in a very big rush, and I see Albus and he's there, and I run up to him and I'm like just touching him and shit. I'm like, Albus, are you okay?
Albus is startled because he's been so focused on what Steve is doing in the kitchen that he just kind of jumps back a little bit and goes, good morning.
Good morning. Do you feel strange in any way? Have you had any sort of strange, curious, or murderous thoughts, perhaps? And I'm touching him and I'm trying to feel through his emotions through the bond.
No, I just had the most strange and intense dream. I'm still a little rattled by it.
Everybody there?
You were all there.
Was I 12?
Was I 12?
Was I a child? No.
Was
Was
I
I
a child?
Albus is a
12?
little taken back that you
Specifically.
knew that. He's like, and he's just gonna be like, you were. Were you there?
I don't know. But Sharp knows, and Rosalind knows, and it's a little weird, and I just want to make sure you were okay because it was a very weird dream, and it was definitely anyway. In Casimir, I think. I don't know. I'm just making sure you're okay.
At this point,
You're okay,
Rosalind's
right?
gonna walk up and put a hand on Kestrel's shoulder and be like, "Okay, let's
Calm her down a little
one
bit.
question at a time, please."
Albus is going to be kind of trying to relieve and calm down Kestrel as well. Now both Rosalind and I are trying to calm her down. And
my
just
gosh.
go, I thought I was the only one that saw that. Steve knows nothing. He doesn't remember anything.
So you don't.
Steve's doing great, burning his pancakes.
There's smoke blowing out of the kitchen right now.
Kestrel will say, okay, so I don't remember this either, but Sharp, and I just kind of, I point over at her, and she dreamed. That doesn't happen. She doesn't sleep. So, and then she had that dream too, and then she shared that kind of with me. I searched her feelings. I touched her. The blood bond, right? So that's why I'm touching you right now. Sorry.
It should be noted that when you say blood bond, there is a bit of a perk in Penn's eyebrows, as like he doesn't really understand what's being discussed right now. But you guys,
it doesn't matter. Don't talk about it. It's fine.
He knows too much. We're gonna have to kill him.
Oh no.
Albus
He's
is a
getting
little
curious about
perplexed.
this blood bond.
That's right.
Albus is a little perplexed that you said that Sharp dreamed. So he's kind of staring at Sharp right now and looking at her and going, "You were in the dream with us?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just as confused.
Yeah, bro.
What's up?
How were you all there? How many remember? Steve can not. Does Gunolf remember? Have you seen him?
He was asleep.
He was sleeping when we went to find you guys.
Still sleeping.
We can ask him, I suppose. He seemed fine when we rushed in. But Kestrel
I
also
worry of waking him.
Kestrel also said that it could be something to do with curiosity, that she felt its effects, which...
Yeah, so, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I think, that's why I'm touching right now, sorry. When I touched Sharp, and she was explaining her dream to me so I could try to figure out why it was that she had a dream, because that's very weird, I got the sensation, because I'm really familiar with what curiosity feels like. It felt like we were being, watched by it. It had something to do with it. It's a little hazy, someone's dream. I'm touching them, getting a feel for what they felt. It's a little lost in translation, but it's a very distinct feeling. So I get the sensation it was involved somehow.
What do you sense when you touch me? Do you feel any kind of resonance of that?
Wonderful question. I'm going to touch him again. Jason?
I think I'm gonna help your friend in the back. And Ben goes. Ben goes in
As you hear the
just
pots and pans falling off the table.
he goes back there to check on Steve, and he's just sort of kind of keeping his voice down, and I think at one point he throws in a little everything all right with your friends out there? He's a little. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't hear you, but I assume.
Is Tucker there? I'm touching Albus.
No. No, they're not there yet. But you touch Albus. Are you going to try to do one of those guided emotion things again?
Okay. Are you touching my face, or are you touching my arm, or what?
Sorry.
Get over here.
There's a funny answer in here. I'm just not going to say it. I don't know. Where does it make sense? I'm 5'1", you're 6'7".
Where did you touch him when you gave him the blood bond initially?
It's a hand. I touch hands usually.
Grab his hand.
Yeah.
Hand time. It's hand time.
Grab my paw.
I grab your paw. I grab your big meaty paw.
Yep.
And I'm gonna let's make the check and then I'll do the guided questions.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Willpower and insight from Albus, and then from you, Kestrel.
Willpower, insight. Got it. Insight, willpower. Go!
Ooh.
No!
It's a 5
no,
and
what
a 3. Those are average
Ugh.
rolls for both of them.
Shit.
Should I re-roll one of them?
You could.
I don't know.
You could try, but a D8 D6 combo is going to be tough.
You do
Yeah.
need a 10 in order to assist with the group check.
Right, and you had a 5 and a 3?
Yeah.
Just evoke +2 if you have it.
Oh, you do have a +2 with me, I think.
Oh, I do have a bond with you. Hold on.
+2.
Nice.
It's +2. +2!
I have.
6, 7? Sorry.
Yes, I have bond with Kestrel.
Nice. Good.
Fucking awesome. Okay.
Okay, so we pass.
That is so. There'll be a
So
plus
that's
1
another
to
fabulous
Kestrel's.
point.
Is it a
Yes.
plus? Yes.
Okay.
It'll be a
Okay,
plus-
I'm going to make
plus
the
one.
roll, and I'm going to do really well.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Ooh, crit.
Yeah, crits.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You do.
Hell yeah. Oh,
What did I
crit.
tell you? What did I tell you?
It's an opportunity.
Gotcha,
Do you-
bitch!
Do you get?
Called my
You
shot.
should still get an opportunity.
I would. There's no. Tell you what. I think that's absolutely the case, but like, there's no special rules for like a ritual. I mean, I'm not even doing the ritual all the way. But like, I think you would still technically. Yeah, you should still be able to get an opportunity from it because it's
Okay.
crit. So you
Searching my mind
succeed. What would you like? Remember? So do you remember all the opportunities? I know we go through them like every time.
I'm thinking every time we do it, we go through them. I know that I could do like a plot twist. I could introduce a new thing. I could form. I could
like
get.
spot a useful detail, so you will tell you. Game master can tell you what it is, or you or ask you to introduce the detail yourself.
Force him to say something
or a plot
incriminating.
twist.
Mhm.
True. You could learn something incriminating about Albus, I suppose.
I could
you
make a
could
bond.
Sad.
create a bond towards someone or something, or add an emotion to one of your existing bonds. You could, in fact, increase your bond with Albus at this moment if you wanted to.
Mhm.
So you've got some options.
Okay. Well, I critted, but the question really is, do I feel any curiosity influence with him right now? That's sort of the reason why we're doing this initially. So I feel like I succeeded at that check, right?
One of the opportunities is unmask, which is you learn the goals and motivations of a creature of your choice. So do you want to try to learn the goals and motivations of curiosity in this moment? Is that what you want to piece together, or
Sure.
something
I mean,
else?
it's sort of something like incriminating details / goals / motivations, you know? Like curiosity, like let's find something out about what curiosity is doing right now. What are they doing?
Curiosity.
Yeah, incriminate curiosity.
Curiosity is going to say something. Yeah.
I'm curiosity.
Well,
I
sure,
bond a
unmask
children's
something
shelter.
like that. I think that's a very useful detail to learn right now. As much as I would love to increase my bonds, I love to be
Or get
bonded to
canceled.
people.
You're canceled. Okay, so you want to learn something specifically about
Curiosity's goals, motivations, what it's doing with Albus right now.
right now. Okay. So you kind of run Albus through some questions. Did you want to ask those questions, or are we just going to be vague here?
Okay, I mean, I don't know, I could come up with questions. So I grab his paw, I hold his paw in my hand, I'm closing my eyes, I'm touching into that blood bond, right? I feel like this is probably going to be a bit more vivid because I critted, because my god. Just kidding. And I'm asking things like, you know, how did you feel in the dream? Do you feel like a watchful gaze on you right now? Do you feel an inclination towards particularly abnormal compulsions? I mean, I'm Kestrel, so I'm not saying it quite like that, but like, did you get a sense of what curiosity wanted from you? Like, do you feel it in you? Like, things like that. I'm asking a bunch of questions probably, but all in that sort of vein.
Albus, I will let you answer as many of those as you feel comfortable doing.
Okay. Let's see. I felt not scared, but just more alert and ready for some kind of altercation. Mostly because all of my friends were there and I was worried for their sake as well. do I feel like I'm being watched? I think I've always felt that way in a sense because of the Casimir stuff. So yes, maybe more so after the dream. I don't remember, what were the other questions that you had for us? For me.
Did you get a sense of like when you were in the dream and you were in Casimir, like what this malicious presence wanted from you, or if it just wanted to harm you, or did it make you feel any particular way? Because you were fighting, I think, the dead townspeople who were corrupted by curiosity, but there's also a bunch of like amalgam monsters that I would have seen in like the cordon and stuff too. So like, did that evoke any sort of emotional response in you, or did you get a sense of what they wanted from you other than to just maim you, or was there like, did you get any sort of other sensations beyond like, I'm fighting for my life against a bunch of fucking monsters?
Were they tiger folk?
I believe they
Or
were.
were they just indescribable monsters?
A lot of them are tiger folk, and
Okay.
they were tiger folk until they like started turning into things that were not tiger folk, essentially. Like
Okay.
coming apart, there were times that you guys would like attack them and
Yes.
you'd like cut off a limb, or like your blade would bite into them and then that part of them would just sort of like bite back, essentially.
Got
or
it.
like move and twist away. So yeah.
I would say that Albus felt that it was more of a sense of warning and to make its presence known to me that this is what has become of Casimir and what could potentially be his fate as well. Yeah, I think that's where I'll leave it.
Yeah, one other question just for you, Peter, before
Mhm,
Jason
mhm.
steps in and answers. Did
Mhm.
you get the feeling that it wanted to take you? That it
Yes.
wanted to? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it wants me. It wants to collect everything that's associated with Casimir and the Tiger Folk and things like that.
Okay. All right. Well, Jason.
Sorry, I have cats now, and make sure they don't.
That
know.
happens.
God.
I don't.
Also,
have
everyone-
space.
The animals just want to be.
I also have a cat.
Yay, more animals.
Oh,
More
Luna.
animals. Look at my animal. She's
That's right.
sleepy.
Trying to make sure Mel doesn't decide to start complaining.
Oh, that's right. Corvo's in the car. I forgot about that.
I'm both asleep.
Oh,
Finally,
did he?
so I'm not gonna touch them.
So you, Albus's answers provide you a lot of the information that you were sort of seeking, as far as curiosity. The my phone's gonna probably beep. Hold on. There we go. And that curiosity was present, was lurking, and was making a play for Albus in that moment. As he answers this, the emotions that you feel, the memory of emotion, I guess you could say, backs all this up. Absolutely, you are definitely like you can feel that the watching, that feeling right there. You can feel that push towards like, why not try to best these creatures? Why not try this? Why not try that? Why not be more brutal? Why not like the questions, the wondering? That's what you could feel pushing in. That was very real in Albus. What strikes you as interesting is, giving everything that you know, obviously, that probably should have worked. Like, you're not super familiar with how this process works. To your knowledge, this is not really how Curiosity's ever worked. You're kind of new to all this kinds of this avenue, this path, I guess you should say. You're used to Curiosity being a much more physical presence in the woods, in where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
But this feels like if you had to imagine what Myru would have went through, what this would have looked like, so much of this feels like, yes, it clearly made a play for Albus, what occurs to you is that what's different here is everything else that happened alongside of it. It's almost like spotting the difference based on what is not present instead of what is. Curiosity is there, this is there, this is there, but what you don't have an answer for, what none of this is answering is, why was Sharp involved? How did she even dream to begin with? How were even like you brought in? It's not like you were preparing a ritual yourself, Kestrel. You weren't like right there on the defense ready for it. If anything, like as much as you are always prepared to stand up and defend your friends, you were asleep. You know, your own mastery and knowledge of this is stronger than probably anybody here. But this is a battlefield you're not really normally prepared for. So what strikes you as interesting is that all those questions just lead to effectively an answer, which is there's a third party involved that orchestrated all of you guys helping defend Albus in his dream. So as much as you are looking out for Albus, you are doing everything you can to protect him. And as much as curiosity wants to find its way in, even through paths that you're maybe not prepared for, there appears to be a third party that is also working to help defend Albus and keep him safe and protected, and is using you in part to do that.
Okay.
So that is what you can intuit. That's sort of that's what your opportunity is there for. There is a third party that is trying to protect Albus and helped facilitate that by drawing all of you together in order to help protect him.